Picture it, Los Angeles, 2025.
Welcome to Out on the Lanai, the only Golden Girls podcast you're ever going to need to listen to. I'm HAlanScott / Sadie Pines.
I'm Kerri Doherty, and today we're bringing you another Golden Rewind, where we go back and rewatch our favorite episodes of The Golden Girls and offer new insights since we first started breaking down these episodes way back in 2014. And it's time to head on over to Miami's 13th annual dog show, where Bushman awaits, because we just rewatched Season 6, Episode 19, Melodrama.
Oh my God, wait. This is a pivot we didn't talk about, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it.
Oh, is this melodrama happening?
It's our melodrama. Oh my God. So, because we haven't, we can't not address the elephant in the room. Hulu dropped, or ABC dropped the trailer for the Golden Girls 2020 special.
Yes.
And we aren't on it.
No.
But we don't know if, like, maybe from Golden Con, like, one of us is in it. Like, we don't know any of that. But I'll tell you this, they did not chat with us, and the amount of messages, I don't know. Well, you got a contact. I didn't get a contact.
I talked to a producer 2 or 3 times, and it sounded very much like there was a wide outreach to a lot of people in the Golden Girls community. They were still kind of building it. They were building.
Here's the thing. I call shade on that, because within the outreach to the Golden Girls community, with the exception of the writers and producers and people who worked on the Golden Girls, because they're separate from this, and they definitely 1000%, they should be the only ones on the special, in my opinion, but whatever. But to the outreach, I don't see many people outside of writers and people in the Golden Girls world that are a part of it, other than celebrities and the Golden Girls Deep Dive podcast. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I just know the producer I spoke with, she was very friendly.
I'm sure she's lovely.
She said, we're reaching out to a lot of people.
I don't believe
that. We're still trying to build, who's going to be talking about what. And when I spoke to her, she was really interested, because when I told her, I said, we've been doing this podcast for so long. We're the longest running Golden Girls podcast. I said, so, after we covered the show, I said, we've really started taking a deep dive into the women's careers. And she was really interested in that. She was like, oh, she's like, well, that might be interesting. We don't yet have someone who's kind of, able to speak on their careers. And I was like, sure. I was like, I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah.
So,
and I was so excited for you to be, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me just be fully frank with our lovely, lovely GG VIP audience out there, because each one of you is a VIP, although you should join our Patreon to be a real VVIP. That said, you have to do a plug for that. We got to make money somehow. But I'm certainly not upset that I'm not on it, like, at all. Like, I get plenty of attention. I'm good. I was very upset that you weren't on it, because I'll admit, as a friend of the two of us, I get it. I'm loud. I'm obnoxious. I wear big wigs. I get more attention. I get that. Like, I get it. And
I think people naturally flock to you out of the two of us.
Because I'm obnoxious, and I understand that. I understand how that magnet works. And so I was very excited for you to be featured on this, because you are so rarely reached out to for things like this, which is why I was so excited for you to be on it. So I'm going to say, I'm not bitter that I wasn't on it, or even that we weren't on it, but I am pissed that you weren't on it. And for that, I call shade.
Okay. I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling shade on my behalf, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am a little disappointed. I was really looking forward to it, because we were talking about, well, here's when we're shooting in LA. And I was like, great, I'll be in LA at this time. She's like, here's where we're shooting in New York. And I was like, I'll be in New Jersey.
Yeah. You were so available for this.
Yeah.
And you would have been so perfect on it. And even, I'm going to say this too, there's someone else that's featured. I won't name names, because I'm not that person, but I will offline, unless you want to join the Rusty Anchor Happy Hour and really know who I'm talking about.
Oh, you're going to drop it on the Rusty Anchor Happy Hour?
No, not kind of, probably. You know me.
Okay. Yeah, I know you. You will.
But there is someone who I appreciate and I respect very much, but they have nothing to do with the Golden Girls, and they were interviewed. Like, they're a podcaster. I'm not going to say any more, because I'm going to give someone away. But there's someone who was interviewed who is, sure, just a fan of the Golden Girls, and that's lovely. They deserve to have their voice heard completely. But their build is sort of like a Golden Girls expert, when in reality they're not. Like, they're not in the Golden Girls space. They're just someone who talks a lot. And no shade to them, because I love and respect them and I've been on their podcast. But that said, they're not a Golden Girls person. And so that person, you should have been in that person's place. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm a little bitter because I'm standing up for a friend. So please accept my bitterness and don't look at it as if I'm vain or upset. I'm really just bitter for
And
you.
not and I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna jump on this train that you've departed
We're
our
starting our
station.
own melodrama.
Yeah, the melodrama is, the other thing is too is, I mean, I don't know, look, we're podcasters, so clearly we're, this person could have like listened to our podcast.
Sure.
I also have 100+ episodes of on camera work with
Yeah.
IMDb. Like you could have very easily been like, oh, cool, she might be good on camera. But I have
Yeah.
a feeling it had nothing to do with that. I think they just got a lot of people and
I have a feeling this is
whatever they were looking to fill, I wasn't
yes.
the person for that, and it's just a bummer that,
Yeah.
like, in the podcast space, we have been doing this longer than anybody else,
Yeah.
and to sort of not be recognized for that is, like, a little bit
Well,
of a bummer.
I mean, sure, I get that. I feel like we have our recognition is the amazing audience in which we have and the people out there who come to our live shows, and we love each and every one of you, and we only do it for each and every one of you. But and for us, because we love the Golden Girls. That's why we're here. We're all here because we love the Golden Girls. That said, I also feel like if you're gonna highlight, like, anyone from the podcast space, A, make it only Golden Girls podcast people, and B, yeah, sure, we are the oldest, and I'm biased, but I do think we're the best. But I also think that if you're gonna highlight people from the Golden Girls space, maybe throw in a little diversity into the tapestry of Golden Girls podcast fandom that is out there, because there are, and I'm not just talking about queer, I'm also talking about people of color. I'm talking about I mean, I haven't seen the special, but I don't know if the Black audience was spoken to within the podcast space and podcast hosts. And there are some amazing, amazing
Mhm.
podcast hosts who speak to the Black experience when it comes to the Golden Girls and their reaction to the Golden Girls. And that's a valuable, valuable part of the conversation. Straight women being a part of the conversation in the podcast space about why straight women love the Golden Girls and how they became allies of the queer community through the Golden Girls. I mean,
Mhm.
there are so many elements of people within the podcast space that come to the Golden Girls that then become Golden Girls figures in the podcast space.
Yeah.
And I think those voices should be represented just as much as, whatever, the gay dude, myself out there talking about the Golden Girls. Like, we all
Sure,
know
yeah.
gay dudes love the Golden Girls.
Yeah, get Barrett and Kay from So Good We Named It. Get April Kimball,
Yeah.
Black Blanche, Blanche
Yeah,
Devereaux, like,
yeah. I mean, but
yeah.
also get so many of these other. I mean, there's just so many great other podcasts that also would have been a part. And I'm glad that a podcast is being recognized. I'm just saying it should have been maybe a little bit more inclusive in terms of that. And yes, we are bitter that I am bitter that you were not. Well, I think
Yeah.
we are bitter, but I am bitter that you were not featured as just someone who is forever your advocate.
I think I would be less bitter if we just I mean, I don't know. I go back and forth. I'm like, well, maybe would I have been less bitter if she never reached out at all? But I am flattered that she reached out. So I don't
Sure.
know.
Yes,
I
exactly.
don't
To be
know.
acknowledged is wonderful.
I'm just focusing on this giant baby that is growing in my belly right now. Can I just tell you,
Yes.
every ultrasound I go to, I went for an ultrasound the other day, and they're waving the magic wand over my giant belly,
Mhm.
and I'm
Is that
looking.
jelly cold? Is that jelly cold?
No, they heat it up now. At least in my
Oh,
doctor's office, they
wow.
do. Yeah,
Wow, okay.
they really look out for women.
Nice.
They're really pro women in my OBGYN's office.
I would hope.
Um, and they're moving the wand around, and I'm looking up at the screen, and sometimes you kind of know what you're looking at, but sometimes you don't because of it's just kind of hard to tell.
Mhm.
And I just see this giant round thing, and I was like,
Mm.
"What is
An
she
Oreo.
looking at?" Yeah, I was saying like a giant Oreo, and I'm like, and there's nothing in it. Like I can't. I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, is she like on one of my organs? Is that like the part of my like uterus that the baby's not in? I couldn't tell. It was just this giant circle, and it took up the whole screen. And I said, Sorry, what is that?" And she said, "Oh, that's the baby's belly. She's very, very big." Her belly took up like the whole screen. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Wow.
And then I got some pictures Because then I had to go to a different OB for a 3D ultrasound, and they're able to get like 3D pictures, which is like such a wild, crazy thing that you can do that. And
Mhm.
and I got the pictures, and she has got the chubbiest chipmunk cheeks. Like she is storing shit for next Christmas in there.
Wait, have you
Anyway,
announced that it's a
she's
girl? I don't know on this
oh, I don't
podcast.
know. Well,
Well,
it's a
it's a
girl.
girl.
It's a girl. Um, and yeah, I
Oh
just
god.
she's weighing in like a week ahead of schedule. Like it's
Wow.
so funny. So anyway, so I am wildly physically uncomfortable
I'm
every single
sure.
day to the
I'm
point where I'm
sure.
like so constantly out of breath that my doctor was like,
Mm.
"I think I'm going to send you to a cardiologist." And I was like, "Well, hang on." I was like, "Hang on." But yeah, he wants me to go see a cardiologist because like my resting heart rate is so high. And I was like, well, of course it is. I'm a tiny human being. I have this giant baby in my belly,
Wow. You're like
and
my mom with me.
I'm always winded. Was your mom like constantly
M
winded? Like she would
Well,
get up and
yes.
walk
I
5
mean,
steps and then bend over and catch her
my mom was
breath?
bedridden for the most of the end of her pregnancy with me, and
Wow.
I mean, she's 5 feet tall, so she's shorter than you, and I was 10 pounds.
Yeah, God bless that woman. That's right. We've talked about this. God bless that
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, so I think like with everything going on with pregnancy and stuff, I think that I haven't. And also, we're just trying to get our place ready. We're like
yeah.
cleaning and getting rid of stuff and trying to make room for another human being to be in this house. But
Mhm.
so I've kind of I've the bitter melon taste in my mouth about the special has kind of left
Oh,
over the
don't
last
worry.
few
I'm
days. But
plenty bitter for you.
yeah, you'll
Plenty
be, yeah,
bitter for you. Do not
yeah.
worry. But you guys should come over to the Patreon today because we have an unhinged Patreon. Obviously, we're going to be spilling more tea over on the Patreon today because apparently we're feeling saucy. We're recording this at a different time than we usually do, 2 p.m. on a Monday, which is crazy. I'm awake. You're awake. I look fresh. You look fresh. So things are going to be said on the
Yeah,
Rusty Anchor
today's
Happy
I feel
Hour.
like today's an unhinged day. We're gonna talk
Yes.
more about the NBC special. We're going to talk about our weekends. I had a whole fiasco at the dollar store I gotta tell you about.
Wow, a dollar
Um
store.
at the
Okay.
dollar store. It was a oh boy,
Were
it
you
was a whole
trying to
thing.
buy a nectarine and they wouldn't let you?
No, no, nothing like that, but close. Another thing we should announce is happening over in the GG VIP Club is we do have our next live watch along party scheduled for Sunday, November 23rd at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you've never been a part of these, you can sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/Golden Girls Podcast. It's under the $8 a month level. We do these every month. We all hang out on Zoom and watch a Golden Girls episode together. We all talk through it. You guys talk in the chat. It's like we're
It's
all just
fun.
hanging out on a couch. It's really, really fun. So, for those in the club, I will be putting up some episodes for you to vote on very, very soon. But mark your calendars. That's when it's happening. And I think that's
That's
all of
it.
the, yeah, I think that's all of
We should get into this
the
episode because
housekeeping.
clearly we are feeling dramatique.
I know we're feeling very dramatic. So, I'm ready to talk about Mel Bushman.
Yes. We'll be right back. After having all that drama over the 2020 Golden Girls special, I know we maybe talked about covering it, but I don't know. I don't know. Now that we're so bitter, do you think we should? Do you think we should cover it, Kerri?
I mean, we've made a promise to the people that we're going to cover it, so we're going to cover it.
I mean, I guess let's think about it a little. Let's just sit on it for a minute, and then let's get to the melodrama. But like, I'm on the
There is so
fence.
much melodrama happening right now.
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to listen to the. We'll make a decision by the end of this episode. I swear. I'm just not quite. I think I'm too bitter for you at this moment to commit to
Wow.
that. I think I'm too bitter.
Okay. All right, then we will talk about it at the end of the episode. Well, I
Yeah.
do want to talk about melodrama. This is an episode I I forgot how many jokes are
Oh
in
my
this
god.
episode.
Jokes on jokes on jokes on jokes.
It is so tight. It is so funny. It's worth
Some of the
noting.
best Sophia like punchlines in this episode.
Zingers. So many.
Zingers.
Estelle Getty had a blast this week. She
Oh
was
my
like, "Oh, I
god.
just get one-liners. I just get zingers the whole episode. Great. Sign me up. I'll be
Yeah.
in my trailer napping. Call me when we need to block." Like,
Mhm.
it was so amazing. She had so many
Yeah.
great jokes. I do want to shout out the writer of this episode. It was written by Isabel O'Mara, who we met at
Oh,
Golden Con
yes.
along with Marsha
Yes.
Posner Williams. And
Yes.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to reach out to Isabel, see if we can get her on the podcast. Because
Has she responded?
no, I haven't messaged her yet. But I was
Okay,
like,
yeah.
I was like, I was like, it was something I meant to do forever ago after we met at Golden
Let's do
Con. She was
it.
incredibly nice. And this episode, I just want to praise her so much because this episode was so
So
funny.
funny. And you know what?
So funny.
We talk about episodes that aren't in regular rotation, and this one's kind of in that borderline area of being on regular rotation, but not always. Do you know
Hmm.
what I mean? It's a
This is not a
standout
go-to for
episode.
me. Hmm.
It's a standout episode because I distinctly remember it and I get excited when it comes on. But it's not one that I necessarily go to watch.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that we watched it.
Me too.
Um,
I needed it.
there's
This week I needed it.
So we've got a real fun Blanche story, a real fun Rose story, and Dorothy and Sophia kind of float between them. So Blanche is upset because she had a date that canceled, which we've seen many times on this show.
Yeah.
Blanche gets upset because
Mhm.
and there's this great moment where Dorothy's like, "Oh, honey, was it someone special?" Because she's so upset, and Blanche is like, "No, but he could have taken me somewhere where I could have met someone special." Such like there just such a Blanche Devereaux thing to say.
I mean, but also not a lie.
I love that.
That's why I stay dressed going to the airport. You're never gonna see me coming to the airport in sweats. I'm gonna look good always because you just never know who you're gonna run into or who's gonna want a picture.
Yeah, that's where you and I are opposites. I most of the time I will fly out somewhere very early and I am in my most comfortable clothes.
Nope.
I have a
Nope. I am
mask on my
dressed.
face, no
Nope.
makeup,
Nope. I
pit
wear a mask, but I
stains.
look like I don't have well, I probably have pit stains, but I look like myself.
Yeah. No, I've definitely run into people before and I've been like, I look awful. But a mask is
Mhm.
covering most of my face, so
Yeah.
so Blanche decides she's going to call Mel Bushman her go-to booty call,
Yeah.
but he does not pick up the phone. And
Mhm.
so Blanche is concerned because Mel Bushman, he's always been her back burner guy. He's always been her,
Uh,
on hold guy, and he's always been there for her. And this is like the first time he's never picked up the phone, which is really funny. And it just goes to show how often Mel Bushman must be home because
yeah. I mean, but also too, they must be doing it a lot.
I think he
If
mentioned something like they see each other like a couple times a month.
which frankly is a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see you once a month in person.
Well, no, but we talk nearly
Well,
every
of
day.
course, we talk, but it would be different. It would be different if I was seeing you
Yeah.
all multiple times a month. Like that,
Hmm.
I like going to your home. Like that would be a lot of a commitment for me, you
Yeah.
know? Just
I
saying.
also I really like later we learn that Blanche describes Mel as Fred Flintstone, but with a better car. And I feel
Which
like the
when you see
actor, like
him,
it just
you kind of see
really,
it.
and the way he acts, I was like, oh, that is such an accurate
It's
description
so
of Mel
accurate.
Bushman.
It's very James Gandolfini. It's very schleppy Italian who got some money and drives a nice car. It's very
He's the Zipper King.
he's the zipper king.
Um, Let me ask you something personal quickly. Have you
Yeah.
ever had like a friends with benefits situation? And if
Oh, so
so,
many,
did it
so
end
many.
well?
I have. Oh my god, I have I can't even count on my fingers. Um, I yes, many. Some from this podcast. Yeah, yes, many over the years. But that's also very much a
Many,
queer
many,
thing.
many, many, many,
Many,
many.
many, many, many. But that's also very much like a queer thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Blanche is very evolved in that respect because it
Mm-hmm.
is very much like a accepted thing, I would argue, in a lot of queer spaces.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay. Um, I've had, like, probably in, like, my 20s, like, friends that I maybe, like, hooked up with, like, once, and then we just, like, never really talked about
Yeah.
it again.
But then do you stay
But
friends? Did you stay friends with those people?
yeah,
Good. Good. I
yeah,
think
because there
that's
was
good.
never, like, an, "Oh, we're dating" thing. But
Yeah.
I don't think that I would have been able to do anything, like, regularly because, like, usually because then I would just wanna date that person the way that Blanche
Oh,
does in
see,
this
no.
episode.
I think
So
you can separate it, I think. I think
yeah,
you can have
see
people who are for things.
yes, yeah, and I just have never, like there have never been any of, like, my guy friends that I'm like,
Mm.
"That's what I want from you, just that," you
Well,
know?
but you could also get, like, you can get more from them, but in a different way. You know what I mean? Like, not in a relationship way, but in, like, a friend way. I don't know how to describe it. Like, there
Yeah.
can be like, both things can be equal, and
Mhm.
it can be chill.
Oh, yeah, and I totally get that, I could totally get how it could be chill. Just for me
Yeah.
personally,
Yeah,
it
I
wouldn't have
get
been a
that.
good idea because I would end up just wanting to date that person, and then it would get messy, and then the friendship might be
Yeah.
ruined and
Yeah.
blah de
Yeah.
blah.
Blah de
So,
blah.
meanwhile, Rose, who, at this point in the show, she's working at the TV station for Enrique
Mhm.
Mas.
Requemas.
She doesn't feel challenged in her role
Mhm.
of testing consumer products,
Yeah.
as evidenced by the chemically treated glasses she's wearing to see if they'll fog
Mhm.
up when she sticks her head in the fridge,
It's like her putting her hand in the
with
bucket
the
or whatever,
watch in the
and the
water,
flash. I mean, it's very she
watching the
takes these
bulbs.
things so literally, and it's just like, honey,
I
honey.
get it. I love that, Rose did the brave thing. She went out, she found a new job, she got a little bit out of her comfort zone, and she
Mhm.
could have just stayed in that comfort lane. But I love that now
Yeah.
she's like, no, I want to be challenged. Like, I don't just want to clock in and clock out. I don't just want to yawn my way through my job. I love this for Rose. This is so
Yeah,
exciting because
same.
it shows growth.
Yes, exactly. And also, I would argue, well, her and Blanche are probably the most gumptious people. Like, they go get it. They like to really execute on a plan. I mean, Blanche is always about sex, but Rose is doing it for her life, which I really like.
Yeah, I really love that about her. I also love the line where when Rose comes into the room and she goes, "Do these glasses make me look stupid?" And Blanche goes, "Well, they certainly don't hide it." And I love that they gave that to Blanche because with her accent, that joke delivery was you could have given it to any of the women. It feels like Dorothy would have been the obvious one, but I love that they gave it to Blanche because Blanche gets shit on so much in this episode.
Yeah, it's true.
The other thing I want to point out about this scene, did you notice Rose's like hot pink tight sweater in the
Yes.
scene?
I
It
love it. It's a different color for
It's
Rose.
a different color. I feel like whenever she wears like a sweater or a sweatshirt, it's always like baggy or childlike. So this one,
Mhm.
like, I'm like, oh, she's like a hot 19-year-old Rose going out on the town. She's just
Yeah,
really,
I
really good.
love it.
So Rose tells the women she actually heard about a job at the station for a weekend news reporter. She's thinking of
Mhm.
applying. So the director gave her an actual news story to cover as an audition. And then there's a great moment that we're going to play a clip here where Rose is practicing her interview skills on Dorothy.
It's
And,
so funny.
Dorothy's like, you need to be asking more probing questions, more probing than like, what's it like being a substitute teacher? And I love this moment because the audience reaction is so big because it's so funny. So I did
And
want to
then
play
what's
this
so
moment.
great, well, I'll say it afterwards, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Isn't it a fact that you have a drawer full of retirement home brochures and you're just waiting for the first sign of dribble on your mother's chin to lock her away forever?
She's kidding.
Your sock drawer, Dorothy. You know, the one you know who can't reach?
See, what I love as a TV nerd, as someone who really, really appreciates television writing, television history, what I love about that joke is it wouldn't have worked in season 1, really. It only works because we've had 5 seasons of a relationship with these people that we know that Dorothy uses Shady Pines Ma as a threat over and over and over again. And
Mhm.
it's because we have such a relationship with these characters that when you listen to it, and what's so interesting too, I mean, if you're only listening to this episode and not watching it on YouTube or Patreon, if you're just listening to the audio, you really hear, I mean, that's not canned laughter. That is real, full on studio audience laughter going crazy in this
Yeah.
moment.
And it's so long. You don't realize how long it is until you're just listening to it
Yeah.
without watching
It's
it. I was
true,
like,
because 'cause they're
wow.
reacting to I mean, they're reacting to B. Arthur's beautiful, amazing, expressive face, who is just and Estelle Getty, I'll add too,
Estelle Getty
who is
slowly lowering the magazine that she was
slowly I
holding
mean,
up like a camera.
it's almost physical comedy in that it is the joke is living in their faces. It's so
Mhm.
good.
It's so good, and I love too Dorothy sort of like desperately trying to explain herself. She's like, "Look, sometimes when Ma annoys me, I go into my room and I have some pretend time." Like the joke, it
And
could have ended there, but then they gave Dorothy another
I
joke.
love it. I love it. I love it so much. Such a
Oh.
and having that moment so early in the episode really sets up the stage for like a great episode.
And like I said, jokes on I had so many just jokes on jokes on jokes. So Blanche ends up coming home and she's really, really worried that she hasn't heard from Mel. Um,
Mhm.
and again, there's a really great joke where she's talking about their relationship and she goes, when we're together, we laugh a lot. And Sophia goes, why wouldn't you? You're both naked. One of the many digs that Sophia takes at Blanche in
Sophia
this
has
relationship.
3 amazing digs. We pulled a clip for the last one, but Sophia has
Yeah.
3 amazing digs in this scene.
I love it, and it's like and again, Estelle Getty, she's having such a good time. Whenever she says it, like, you get that, "Oh," look on Sophia's face, like, she knows she just nailed her. So, all of the women go to Mel's house to check on him, and I do wanna play this other clip
Yeah.
because I think it's one of the best prop comedy jokes, maybe in the
Yes.
series, but it is so good, and the timing of it is so perfect.
Yes.
Maybe we better think this over. We don't have any right to go breaking into somebody's home.
We're not breaking in. I have a key. See. Baldwin. Baxter. Ah, here it is. Bushman. No. Oh, that's Al Bushman. Here we go. Mel Bushman.
I mean, and the key ring is just it's the size of Blanche's head.
Well, yeah, it's like a janitor key ring where they have a key for every classroom in a giant school.
It is
Yeah,
so
anyway, it started with a
funny.
B. Um, just such a small detail, but there was like a lucky rabbit's foot on there too, and
Yes.
I was like, of
Yes.
course, Blanche Devereaux would have a lucky rabbit's foot good luck charm on her getting lucky keyring that she pulls out of her bag so
Oh,
nonchalantly.
I
Like
have a
everyone
feeling
has one of these.
because Blanche is so what's the word? Sensory. She has such a it doesn't take a lot for her to get off. And I have a feeling sometimes she probably hangs that massive key ring somewhere in her room, and it is not just a practical hang. It is quite literally a visual statement of all of her accomplishments that she looks over at that point in the room. It's like a love token. She looks over at that part of her room and
Yeah.
she goes, "Oh yeah, I've done good." Like literally, it probably gets her off just looking at the key
Yeah.
ring.
Well, it's like Dexter with his blood slides. It's like each slide, that's a kill I
Yes.
made. And
Yes, yes,
she was like,
yes.
this is a key I got for a man's
Literally,
house to go in and
she
sleep
doesn't
with him.
need she doesn't need a little black book. She just needs a key to represent, "Oh, I remember that night." Like
Hmm.
literally. I mean, maybe that's her thing.
Yeah.
Maybe she has so much sex with the guy that she doesn't feel like she's accomplished the sexual thing that she needs until she gets the key.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that
Think
about her.
about that. Yeah.
So they get inside of Mel's house. Turns out he's there. He was just on vacation.
Yeah.
And Mel is played by the wonderful Alan King, longtime Hollywood
So
writer,
great.
actor, producer, and,
Yeah.
Fred Flintstone, but with a better
He
car.
sounds like a producer. He literally sounds like someone would be like, you know what, kid? I think you're going to be a star.
Here. Sign your life away to us. 12 picture deal. Yeah, I agree. So Blanche gets so sentimental with Mel. She's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
when I thought I'd never see you again, it made me realize how much you mean to me. I only want to be with you. Mel Bushman, I love you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
She
mean,
went there.
she falls. She falls, which I mean, I think in Blanche's world, I think what is often something that they don't talk a lot about on the show, because I think they do save this for like really special moments. But Blanche, Rose, and Estelle, or Sophia, as widows, have an emotional bond that is really, really deep. And Blanche being a widow actually is like really important to her.
Hmm.
She loved that man. And
Yeah.
so I get the thought of something happening to someone that is a regular in her life, that is a go-to, that is a staple,
Hmm.
that's another potential trauma for her. And I can see her
Yeah.
then going in the direction of, okay, that's it, I'm changing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really interesting thing for Blanche because, here she is, this woman who prides herself on the amount of sex that she has and all the men that she loves.
Yeah.
And, Blanche has obviously been engaged a couple times on the show, but,
Yeah.
the woman loves to date. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost like she had like a near death experience and
It really
suddenly just
is.
has a new perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we should take a break, but I I want Blanche to have more keys. I want to start doing
Okay.
that.
All
I wouldn't
right.
have many keys though. I wouldn't have as many keys as Blanche.
Sure. Let's come back with we'll get even more melodrama.
Ooh, still don't know if we're doing the special.
So then we get to the scene that I'd like to refer to as the roast of Blanche Devereaux.
I mean,
This
this is what
is
I was referring to at the beginning of
yes.
Sophia's like 3-hitter jokes of takedowns of Blanche. It is so good.
So Blanche is kind of getting ready for her date with Mel since the realization. And
Mhm.
she's nervous because she's like, it's different this time around. It's more serious. And Sophia will just not let her have this moment without trying to take her down. It is so good. I like
It's
well,
so
let's just play it.
good.
It's so good.
Okay.
In many ways, I feel just the way I felt when I was a virgin.
You mean the feeling isn't going to last long?
Are you implying I lost my virginity at an early age?
I'm just saying you're lucky Jack and Jill magazine didn't have a gossip column. Please, pussycat, I'm on a roll.
I'm sorry, Sophia, but I'm not going to let your skepticism ruin my entire evening. Mel and I were meant to be together.
I wish I could say the same for your thighs.
Now, there's a moment if you're
Ooh.
watching this on Patreon or YouTube, there's a moment at the end where Blanche has a look. She responds to that last dig that Sophia does. But then I kept it going a little bit longer because Sophia does a thing where she's so proud of herself. She's so proud of these insults that she's slinging at Blanche that literally she goes, and I'm sorry for anyone listening, but she does almost like a, I did it. Like she does like a hot damn, like
Mhm.
it's so good.
It's so good, especially off of Blanche's reaction, which is like
Yes.
she's like just daggers at Sophia. It's so, so good. I also love that Sophia hands the mic off to Dorothy for the end of the scene where Blanche is like gets up and she goes to leave. She goes, I'm not gonna stand for this. And Sophia goes, take it, Dorothy. And Dorothy goes, but I bet she'll lie down for it.
It's
And
so good.
it's so good. And again, that could have been the end of the joke, but then like Sophia's like too far, too far. And she's like, some people just don't know when to quit. Like again, just when you think the scene is over and all of the jokes have been laid on the table with the cheesecake,
It's
there's another joke and another joke. It's
It's
so good.
perfect.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's so good.
So meanwhile, and I think this might be in the same scene. Can't remember, but so Rose has been assigned her weekend reporter audition piece. She's going to be covering Miami's 13th annual dog show, which feels so fitting to cover
which
this
is
week
perfect for
because we
her.
just watched Betty White's pet show last week, her pet set show.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, dog shows. I was really curious to see if we were going to see a man caressing the anus of a little poodle like we did on Betty White's pet set.
That was so uncomfortable.
It was so
Wait,
uncomfortable.
what was the gay dude's name? Not Dale. Dare. No.
Well, there was a guy named
No.
Dare, but I think it was Bill Logan. Was the name of the guy who
I
had
think that sounds right. Yeah,
Bill, who had all the poodles
so
and
funny.
just
Bill,
slid that palm right up that dog's backside.
Right up that dog's butt. Right up that dog's butt.
Oh, right up there. So, there was another great joke. She's so excited to do this coverage, and this must be a different scene because Blanche is in it. But she goes, I just wish my mother and father could be here to see this. And Blanche goes, oh, because they'd be so proud of you. And Rose goes, no, because they'd be alive. It's just such a great. Again, there's so many great jokes in this episode.
This is like a non-stop, but it's also kind of a sweet episode too because of Blanche.
Oh, very sweet, very sweet. So we get to the dog show, which is, I think it's held in maybe like a banquet room at a hotel or something. That was kind of the vibes I was getting. And I love nearly as soon as Rose and her cameraman start rolling, they get right in. A masked robber comes in with a gun. He demands all of the cash behind the desk, everyone's wallets and jewelry. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
How lucrative for a robber is a pet expo? Is it typically the type of place that is held up for money?
I mean, I would say a pet expo. Interesting. Because I would say a dog show rich people would be at. I would argue that. I don't know.
And this is, I guess, a dog show. It's called a dog show and a pet expo in this episode. So I think
if it's a dog show, then I think rich people are there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're fancy
it's interesting
dogs.
and unexpected. I'll give them that.
I mean, yeah, sure, yeah. I don't know. I feel like there would be people with money there, or at least expensive bags.
Yeah, I was thinking would it make more sense to also steal these purebred dogs and resell them?
Yes, well, it's horrible, and please don't buy purebred dogs. Don't buy dogs. Adopt. But there's the story of Lady Gaga's dog, and her dog walker was like attacked or something over the dogs. So yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense that maybe rich people would be there. So the robber is played by Jonathan Schmock, who
Newman.
A lot of us, and I know best as the maitre d' in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Mm-hmm.
You're Abe Froman, the sausage king of Chicago. So, fun fact, Jonathan has been in a few other episodes of The Golden Girls. He played a waiter in the Mangiacavallo Curse, Makes a Lousy Wedding Present. He played a cop in The Monkey Show alongside B. Arthur's son. He was also the voice of the director when Blanche is auditioning in Even Grandma's Get the Blues. And he wrote the Christmas episode of The Golden Palace.
He is
in that universe.
He is. I wonder what we should see if he's still around.
Yeah, he is.
Well, then let's get him on the podcast.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave you to reach out. I got a couple of people I'm already reaching out to this week.
Okay.
So, anyway, so but again, he's masked. So, unless you are on the IMDb page, you may not recognize that it's him. So Rose and her cameraman are, of course, shocked by this turn of events, as I'm sure most people would be, again, at a dog show.
Yeah.
And her cameraman's like, what do we do? And Rose is like, we get the story no matter what. And we kind of go out on that moment. We all know where it's going, but
we know where it's going, but if you think about it, if you really think about it, Rose did get the story.
She did. She was the only reporter there. She actually got footage of the robber, which certainly is going to help if this person pleads not guilty and goes to trial. you know, and I think that local news stations would be hitting her up for her footage while they report on it. And she did
Yes.
report on it. She
Yes.
reported. And look, right off the bat, the cops are hauling this man away. There isn't going to really be much to report. Yes, she could have interviewed people, but maybe she was like, you know
Uh,
what? They might be a little traumatized, so I'm just going to talk to a dog instead.
no reporter is ever thinking of the trauma that someone suffers. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
tell you that. They are not
Okay.
going through, they're not thinking of how can I protect this person? They're thinking, how can I get this soundbite?
How can I get this? Yeah. So yeah,
No.
she actually, I feel like they could have given, in the end, the director could have given her a little bit more grace because,
Yeah.
you know, she's
But I
still got
also, I mean,
something that's good for
like,
them.
you know, stories change. I once was on a story that changed very dramatically midway through my development on the story in a very shocking, titillating way that I cannot share. And it's jarring because you don't know which way to go or how to do it.
Was this, can you say if it was
I'll
a
tell you afterwards.
murder mystery thing?
No, it
Okay,
was not a murder. It was like a
okay.
Hollywood gossipy thing that became a big scandal.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Wink,
Is it
wink.
something you talk
But it's
about on the
something
Rusty Anchor Happy Hour?
I can't
Okay.
even do that. But I will tell you.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, everyone.
Sorry, everyone.
Some things have to be private.
So, okay, so we're going to go back to Blanche and Mel, who Mel walks Blanche to their front door. The date was a
Yeah.
total disaster. Like, Blanche is complaining
Well,
right
it's
off the
because she
bat.
wants something different from him now, and that's not their relationship.
Right. And I think it was a really interesting way to explore this, where I think, like, you know, yes, Blanche expects certain things. She likes to be doted upon. And this, while she's talking to Mel about like why she didn't have a good time at dinner, it feels like a real like Jake situation, even a little bit of like Miles, even though I know that's Rose's man. But like first, she didn't like his behavior when the valet tried to park the car. Then she thought he was cheap about dinner, which it was a $250 dinner, which
That's a
today,
lot.
that's a lot for a dinner, even today. Like
Yeah. I mean, I'm shocked at
$250 and
McDonald's if it
like,
gets to
oh,
$40 for us. Like, I'm like
well, you gotta
literally
use the
like
app. You gotta use the app.
you keep saying that. I know we need to do that, but we don't ever
You
think to
gotta
do it whenever we're in
use
the
the app.
moment.
Download it. Text
It's
Michael right now. Say
I
download the
have it.
McDonald's
I
app.
have. Well, Michael's right over here. Michael, we have to use the McDonald's app.
You have to use the McDonald's app. You get so many deals. You get points. It is the
You
only way.
should.
It was the only way for fast food prices to continue to feel like fast food prices.
That's
That is my
interesting. Have you
PSA.
tried their chicken tenders, their chicken selects, the new chicken select? Not quite chicken
No,
selects. They're different.
no.
They're, you know, at first I didn't like them, but now I like them.
Okay. Well, there you go. Maybe I'll try them sometime.
That's all I got. You know?
So yeah. So Blanche, like, you know, I think again, like the idea of losing Mel kind of overshadowed everything else. And so she wasn't
Mhm.
thinking about what their time is actually spent together. It sounds like they've never actually like dressed up and gone out to dinner together, because usually what they do is he calls her up, she goes over, they order takeout,
Tickle,
they watch
tickle.
a movie,
Tickle,
tickle,
tickle.
tickle,
Yeah.
and then she
Yep.
comes home. So, you know, this is new for her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then there's this kind of like awkward blocking moment where, you know, they're arguing, and then it kind of, the mood softens as Mel wants to explain himself. So he kind of like, you know, gently grabs her by the shoulders and ushers her to sit down on this little white bench outside the door. And they don't fit. Like the two of them sitting there look so uncomfortable. And I
Yeah.
understand why maybe you wouldn't want the entire conversation to happen standing outside the door. You maybe don't want to go inside yet because the other women are there and we need to finish the story out here. But I just wish that they like maybe flew in a slightly bigger bench, because they're clearly like squeezed in having this like very heartfelt moment between the two of
Mhm.
them. That's just me being nitpicky.
But it was a sweet moment. I liked because I also liked seeing Blanche realize, you know, you're right. Like what we have, there's nothing wrong with what we have.
Mm-hmm. And Mel Bushman, he's very charming. He's like, look, you know, what we had going was good. You'd get dumped, you'd call me, come over, we'd order takeout. You know, every couple of weeks you bring some class to Mel Bushman's house. And I think
Which
that's
is
like,
sweet.
it's so sweet.
sweet.
And I love their dynamic. And
I do
and
too. I like them
where
together.
I like them together, and I like where it ends. They're just like, okay, well, let's just no
Mhm.
hard feelings. Let's just go back to doing what we were doing. That
Because it
worked.
wasn't broken.
It
Don't
wasn't
what is the
broken.
phrase? Don't fix what isn't
If it
broken
ain't
or something?
broke,
Yeah.
don't fix it.
Don't fix it. That's the phrase.
Yeah. Bushman awaits.
Yeah.
And like, oh, so beautiful.
Yabba dabba
So
doo.
sweet.
Bushman awaits.
Yabba dabba doo. Ding, 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 ding. That's him running.
Wait. Barney! Is that his name? Is that the neighbor's name, Barney?
Yeah,
so.
but wouldn't he shout, Wilma? Isn't that what he
did
shouted?
he?
Did
Wilma! I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know
only,
that he ever
I only know the
shouted at
John Goodman
Barney.
version. I only know the John Goodman. I'm sure he
Maybe. He was a
did. I'm sure he
shouter.
did. Yeah.
Sure.
You know?
He was Fred Flintstone was a very loud man. Loud with his mouth, loud with his
Halle
speech.
Berry. Halle Berry in that movie as Sharon Stone. Perfect.
Sexy.
Her, like, literally her character was Sharon Stone, but not that Sharon Stone. But
Right. That was her
Sharon
name
Stone.
because of the pun with the rocks. Right.
Yeah.
So then Rose comes home. So Blanche goes inside. Rose comes home. She's upset she didn't get the weekend reporter job. And it is funny to me how Rose, but especially Dorothy and Sophia, don't seem to have been affected at all by being held hostage
being
at
held in
gunpoint.
gunpoint.
Like, we literally in
but
the
we
footage,
also know
the man fires shots in the air, like being
true.
like, this is a real gun, unlike the time you were held up by a toy gun at Christmas time by Weekend at Bernie's.
And I mean, Sophia probably, I feel like, would be cool. She's cool around a gun. She's seen it.
She's fine. She's like, you don't know the difference
between
between
the
a toy and a
Valentine's
real
Day
piece.
massacre. Yeah.
But like, and again, I know the women, I know their house was burglarized. That was very traumatic for them, but they are just sitting so casually on the couch. And I'm just like, that really? Okay.
It's just another day in Miami.
Just another day in Miami. So, so yeah, I don't know. So Rose is like, I didn't get the job. And also, wait, these women most definitely also lost any jewelry they were wearing and their wallets.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot going on.
But again,
there.
they have to finish the episode.
Exactly.
You know, they got to finish the episode.
And they finished it on a great note because we get the rare shot of a television within a television.
Yes, it is fun to see the TV with like a little bit of that pink wall. So, so let's.
That you never see because that's the studio audience.
That's the studio audience wall. Yep. So let's play some of Rose reporting.
This is Rose Nyland for Channel 8 News here at the Miami Pet Dog Expo, and I am an eyewitness to something shocking. People who look like they're dogs.
I said keep quiet and don't move!
That handsome fellow you see back there with his hand in the air is Brian Kingsley of Boca Raton. With him is his best buddy, Barney, a basset hound you'd swear was a member of his family.
I mean, it's kind of perfect. Like, it's just, she would be on, because one of the things I love watching on YouTube is like news bloopers, like local news
like
bloopers.
Funny moments. Yeah.
She would 1000% be on it. 1000%.
Yeah. This would be the most viewed one on YouTube for sure.
This would be a viral moment for Rose, and she'd be famous. She'd be famous from it.
She would be. They would want to keep her at the news station because people would be tuning into their YouTube channel. So, yeah, if only this had happened to Rose Nyland like 30 years later, she would have been great. So,
true. True.
So poor Rose. She's like, look, I came there to cover a story. I was going to get the job done. I like that Dorothy made Rose feel better about not getting the job by saying it was just editorial judgment. I actually thought that was a really sweet way to end it because, again, here Rose is. She's doing this job that's like kind of unfamiliar to her. She took a risk and she's really self-conscious right now. And that was a very sweet thing for Dorothy to do. Yeah.
Very sweet. Very sweet. And that was the episode.
Yeah. And that was the episode. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
So should we take a break and come back with our golden takeaways and make a decision if we're going to watch this 2020 special on the Golden Girls or not?
Yeah. I guess we should talk about it on the break.
Okay. We'll be right back. Bye. And we are back with our golden takeaways, which is a nugget of truth or inspiration that you can apply to your lives or the lives of our listeners. I'll start since we've been teasing it. I guess my golden takeaway is I've evolved and I will no longer be a bitter friend that is angry on your behalf. And we can watch. I will agree to participate in a watch that doesn't include you of this 2020 Golden Girls special. That's
Yeah,
my
I
golden
think that's a
takeaway.
good idea. I think
But I
it's
want to
Golden Girls
preface this.
content. Okay. Preface.
Yes. I want to preface this when we do this episode next week, because we're teasing it for next week. It will be next week. So as of this recording, it airs the day before, where whatever.
The day before it aired, it
today.
aired last night. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're whatever. We got lives to live, but we'll do it for next week. We'll let everyone featured have their week of glory. But I want to preface this by saying I'm going to be a bitter Betty. I will be a bitter Betty for parts of it that I think Kerri, Doherty, Bush, Montgomery Clift should have been in.
Okay. That's
Just know
fair.
that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes,
Yeah.
so we will cover the special. It'll be on the main feed next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually I'm kind of looking forward to watching it. I feel like it might sting a little bit, but
yeah,
I'm excited
I'm looking
to see if we
forward.
learn anything new.
I'm gonna be real. Sometimes you got to be angry. Sometimes you got to be bitter. And you know what? That's my week next week. That's what I'm here for. That's my role.
Is
next
that your
week.
golden takeaway?
Bitter Betty. That's my golden takeaway. What's yours?
Oh, well, mine is, again, it's something you had mentioned earlier, but it's something that Betty White probably would have told people if she had actually attended a dog show, which is Adopt, Don't Shop.
Which I fully, 1000% support.
Yeah, especially because Stan used to volunteer at this shelter in South LA where like they would literally have dogs. They didn't even have enough volunteers to like take dogs out for walks. There would be dogs that would be like in crates for like a month at a time without getting any exercise. So just next time if you're thinking about like, oh, well, I grew up and I always wanted to have the purebred Doberman and I'm going to go to a breeder. I just want you to think about a dog that's somewhere in a shelter who hasn't left a crate in a month and hasn't had much human contact. So I'm going to make you feel bad. Just think about that.
Arms of an angel.
Exactly. Can't afford it.
Can't afford it.
Can't afford it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And we will catch you back here next week for more Golden Girls greatness. And remember, you can check out the Patreon at patreon.com/Golden Girls Podcast. You get weekly bonus episodes, ad-free episodes, video episodes, tons of exclusive bonus content. You can buy stuff. You can buy video chats with us. You can buy a personalized message from the Sadie Pines. So much great stuff. Go check it out. You can sign up for free too.
Yeah, and I will be doing. When's my next track? Well, November 30th. I'll definitely be in drag. So if you want to buy something just involving Sadie, definitely make that the day. Okay. Yes, and you should subscribe to Mom Plus. We're a part of Moguls of Media, so go to Mommy Plus and do all those things. You can also follow us on Twitter at Golden Girls Pod, on Instagram at Out on the Lanai Official, on Facebook at Golden Girls Pod, and I'm HAlanScott /Sadie Pines on everything.
And I'm Squidzy on Instagram and Squid Eat Squid on Twitter. And if you want to do something else nice for the podcast, you can leave us a rating and review wherever you get your podcast, because then more people can discover our lovely kick-ass community of Golden Girls fans.
And we'll see you on the Patreon, because I'm about to be shady. And remember,
as always,
stay golden and shady. Shady Pines, Ma.
Out on the Lanai is not endorsed by Whit Thomas Harris Productions, Touchstone Television, Disney, or any of its subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
All names, pictures, audio, and video clips of the Golden Girls are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and/or copyright holders.